This is assignment 2 for Organisations and Behaviour by Isaac Rowe, student number 99243491. Unit leader Russ Power, course leader Russ Power. This presentation aims to analyse and praise the ways the Army operates through drawing connections between theory and practice. I will also be giving an in-depth insight into cultures within a variety of armed services, presenting information on how they can affect the service as a whole in positive and negative ways, and relating culture, motivation, management and employee behaviour to the unique modern challenges the services are facing today. Details of the natures of groups and behaviour which are formed within organisations. The British Army has The British Army has various groups in its structure, such as headquarters in Andover, formations including commands, corps, divisions and brigades, various arms and services and combat support arms. But these groups very rarely operate alone. Various roles and services interact. It has also been considered that the Army hires third-party groups such as catering firms. The Army is hierarchical and often achievements equal status. Because of this, there is a lot of elitism between regiments. One regiment may not work with another because of its culture. It is obvious why those with more experience do not want to work with those with less experience, as they do not want to be relying on people they perceive as incompetent. However, this can be problematic higher up in the chain of command because it means organising units is difficult. If they have no choice but to work together, the group culture could affect operational effectiveness, as some members of the more advanced group may be expecting the other group to fail to do their parts, and the less advanced group may be angry or offended by the other unit and have their judgment clouded. An appraisal of how different motivational theories are used within the services, 3.2, and their effectiveness when used by managers in their specific roles, 3.3. There are many motivation theories. Arguably one of the most popular is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, as shown here. It is also in your handouts as figure 1.1. This theory states that there are 6 factors that need to be achieved to motivate staff, starting with physiological needs at the bottom here, and moving up through safety needs, love and belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization. Each lower level must be achieved for an individual to gain the next level up. For instance, before self-esteem can be achieved, an employee needs physiological needs met, safety needs met, and love and belonging needs met. For a manager in a private limited company, this is very useful in motivating employees, as it shows what they'll need to perform at their best and allows the manager to accommodate these conditions. However, in the services, Maslow's hierarchy is of limited use. There is some application, as it can be used to explain why people try to advance in the chain of command to achieve self-actualization from creativity. But your average soldier is given what he needs to obeys orders. This means they are stuck on self-esteem needs and are unable to reach self-actualization through their current job role. This being said, it's still a higher level on the hierarchy than most jobs, therefore job satisfaction and quality of life of soldiers is higher than the average job role. Sanchez, 2004. Hertzberg, in 1959, suggested there are 2 categories to motivation. One of them is hygiene factors, and another one is motivators. Motivators improve job satisfaction. An example of motivators would be recognition, career achievement, and personal growth, whereas hygiene factors would include working conditions and basic salary. This theory has been implemented by the military to motivate soldiers. To recognise achievement, the military awards medals, giving soldiers something to strive towards, with the intention of increasing moments of bravery and heroism in combat. Westover. There's also career progression, as an effective soldier can be promoted to a high level in the chain of command, up to regimental sergeant major, and officers can be promoted up to general. Hygiene factors are met through a high wage, allowing soldiers to support their families whilst they are away on deployment or training, and regular meals. For officers in the Army, the application for this theory is for their soldiers to be motivated. They should be recognised for any achievement they earn and given opportunities to advance their careers. This makes the Army more efficient through having highly motivated soldiers, trying their best to impress the management, therefore completed orders faster and to a higher standard. Discuss the impact of various leadership styles employed by the services during times of change, 3.1, and how they can encourage or prevent team development. In these modern times of change, pedestals should be considered. This means political, economic, social, technological, legal and environmental. And is an acronym designed to analyse changes that cannot be controlled internally. A current economic change is the budget cuts brought in by Theresa May. A review in November 2017 stated there was a 30 billion black hole in the MOD's spending, and the government is aiming to reduce military spending. This could mean lower quality equipment and less individuals being hired by the armed services. For management in the Army, this means a lack of efficiency due to the budget cuts. But if efficiency slips, then it may be blamed on the Army and their management rather than the budget cuts. This could damage their reputation. Therefore, they need to find a more effective way to manage the Army to prevent this happening if there is budget cuts. Political change includes the rising threat level, such as political unrest in Syria, North Korea, and Russia's rising threat.
Syria, officially known as the Syrian Arab Republic. Would you like to hear?
Excuse me. Russia's rising threat level and Donald Trump leading America. The effect of these on the British Army is the possibility of having to go to war, meaning as much information on countries that may wage war as possible should be collected in case of the unlikely event that we do have to go to war. I'm just going to check the video. Kurt Lewin in 1939 identified three leadership styles: autocratic, democratic and laissez-faire. Autocratic leadership is characterised by having one central power that does not take input from colleagues below them in the chain of command. This leadership style is very common in the Army for a variety of reasons. When decisions need to be made quickly without consulting a large group, autocratic is an extremely useful tool. In a combat situation, orders need to be given fast and obeyed without any resistance, otherwise individuals involved could be in danger. Simply put, the longer it takes to decide, the higher chance there is of being killed. Furthermore, the leader, for example an officer, may have a tactical plan in their mind involving the whole squad, and could be difficult to explain to everyone. Therefore, individuals need to follow their own specific orders and trust that everyone else is doing the same for these plans to work. This leadership style is important in combat situations. However, higher levels in the chain of command may be more prone to using democratic or laissez-faire type leadership, as everyone else who has advanced to this level is also a competent professional and can be trusted more with the tasks given to them and to give useful advice and ideas.